Now we are moving to the next value. Here we will adding all the odd numbers series. Previously we are adding all the numbers from 1 to n, but in this part we are adding all the odd numbers. So it means in previous logic we will check what is the odd number checking must be there, and after this checking we will move forward. Okay, so now first step, that is inputting value. Up to this it is pretty similar. Okay, start is there, then finding out the value of n, then we have to initialize I equals to 1 and sum equals to 0. Initialization is done. Then there is a checking part. Is I is greater than n? If it is yes, then it is print the sum value. P I am writing for shorting of the space, print, and from here directly it will stop. After printing the sum value, directly it will stop. If it is no, from this checking, if it is no, it means the whatever value I am trying to add, it is still under this n value. Then we are moving forward to this next step. The next step is that, and we have to go for the addition. So the process box is there. So we have to write sum equals to sum plus I, sum equals to sum plus 5, and then we have to increment the I value. Previously we are initialized by 1 because it is a after that 1, after 2 1, but here instead of this I will increment I equals to I plus 2. Okay, for the odd number directly, if it is you are standing at 1 and then add 2 numbers, then it becomes 3. If it is 3 plus add 2 numbers, it is 5. So in this way we can got our numbers. Again this loop will be going back to over here, and after finding the total sum it will stop. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now moving forward to the next series. Okay, next one, that is the multiplication table, or this 1 minus x minus plus x square, this you can omit for right now, this part, but we have to concentrate on the multiplication table. Any multiplication table can come, 12 multiplication table, 16 multiplication table. Okay, so what you have to do, so first you have to take an input, which numbers multiplication table you want to do. That is, start is done. Next we have to take in the input value of the particular number. Okay, next we have to initialize the loop variable, that is I equals to 1. Then we will check up to what is I value is greater than 10, because up to 10 we will check. Okay, so if I value is 10 we will check. Okay, so if it is yes, then we have to print it. Okay, after print we will stop. Okay, so this stop. And if it is no, then what will happen? Let's see what will happen if it is no. Then we have to go for the multiplication table part. Okay, so there is a product variable is there, or P you can write down, this is equals to num into I. So number we have to multiply it with it. Okay, after that we will print the value, print the product, that is P. Okay, and then the I value we will increment it as I equals to I plus 1. Okay, I equals to I plus 1, we will increment, and this will be directly go to the next condition, that is again from this it will be go back to is I equals greater than 1. In this way it will move. Okay. Now coming to the Fibonacci series. Okay, so Fibonacci series, it is something different kind of a series, because it is starting with 0 number and then it will 1. Okay, so 0 plus 1, 1, then 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 2, 5. In this way it will continue. This is the rule for the Fibonacci series. So whatever the first number I am getting and second number, it will be constant. Okay, it will, you can declare it previously, and third digit onward you have to add the current value what you are getting with the previous value. In this way we will we need to move continuously. Okay, so now it is visible, that is we were to start and then we have to take the value of n, and up to what digit you want the series to be print. Then initial value, a value I am declaring as 0 and b value I am declaring 1, because initial 2 value we have to declare it. Okay, now another variable I am declaring, that is a count variable. Okay, count equals to 2, I am writing count value equals to 2. Okay, so next what we have to do, and we will write down the a plus b value. It means we will print a and b value, because first value in the series is 1, 0 and 1. So d and 1 already I have taken, so that's why I have printed. Next we will check the count is greater than n. So already count value is 2, because 2 digit is already printed. So that's why how many digit, up to 10 digit, up to 12 digits. So it will continuously checking the count value with n. Okay, if it is count value is greater than n value, that we have to reach up to that digit, then we have to directly stop. So if you don't reach up to that that digit, then we have to go for the next one. What you have to do, next value, I have declared another variable next. There I will do what? We will add a and b value. Okay, so if you add a and b, initially a value is 0 and next is b value is 1. So 0 plus 1, 1. So third value is having value is 1, and we will print the next value. Okay, now in the next step what you have to do, we have printed the three digit, but the fourth digit, how the fourth digit will come? So fourth digit will come next. For that reason we have to describe a value equals to b and v value is equals to next. Okay, next is right now having value what? Having value 1, and next is having value 1, and a previously b is having value 1. So again, if we have to do the addition part. Next part, count plus 1 we will do. So again 1 plus 1, 2, again 2 plus 1, 3. So in this way the count will be incremented one by one, and after that it will stop. When the count reach to the up to that digit, it will stop. Okay, now coming to the next, that is the find out the sum and the average of a given series. Okay, a series will be given to you, can be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus c, in this way given. So sum I have already explained that how to do that sum. Let's start the explaining. So first is start, then count equals to 0 and sum equals to 0. Because sum we have to find it out the sum, so that's why count value is 0 and sum value is also 0. It is done. Now the next step is that we have to put the input value. So input is 1, what up to what digit we have to find out that value, that is the number. So that number I have taken input. After that what we are doing, after that whatever number I am getting, I am keep on adding with sum and storing it into the sum. That's why sum equals to sum plus num. So number I am taking and I am increasing the count one by one. The first digit is over. Next we are adding second digit. So in this way I am increasing the count value. Okay, after increment I am checking if the more number of digit is there. If it is more number, then it will again continue for the condition checking and addition. If it will reach to the number whatever we want, then again we come to the average. Average equals to what? sum divided by count, because sum is having the total addition of number of digits, and count will check that how many numbers are present here. So that's why the average value that I am getting it, and this is the division value. So average equals to sum divided by count. And next we are writing the print the sum as well as the average value, and next is stop. So in this way we can complete the flowchart. So thank you student, I am ending my lecture over here.